computer program that provides database services to other computers. Within the subnet mask 255.255.252, there are usable host addresses per subnet. NAT translates private IP addresses to a single public IP, allowing devices on a local network to access the internet. Wi-Fi 6 is an upgraded standard that increases the data transfer speed and enhances performance, especially in crowded areas. Now what that contains essentially is well, better everything pretty much, multiple user, multiple input, multiple output, beamforming, faster data transfer speeds. Performance in multiple ways. Interference mainly. Omega green. More efficient channel usage, yeah. Better multiple users, higher speed, yeah. Additional channels. Yeah, 6 GHz is a new frequency band on that. Okay. That reminds me. Okay. Oh. Forget my timer now. I actually forgot to set it, Jesus. A bit longer is fine. SNMP community string admin against the target IP to retrieve system description information. Script args, yeah, SNMP community admin, which is like the password for SNMP. The username and password, they have community strings like this. Used to log in and retrieve information. Type of system description information. Object identifier, what it does, what it's supposed to do. I have having a brain aneurysm. Pseudo notation specifies the subnet mask length using a slash and the number of ones, the bits at the 1 and the subnet. I'm gonna clean these longer ones out soon, I think. Having 2 different sentences is just kind of print the number of lines in the file names. Yeah, and then input redirection. Example.txt will be the input for the number of lines that we count. For 500 hosts, we need at least 9 bits rows addresses. So 2 to the power of 9 minus 2 equals 510. Windows, Android, iOS, macOS. Yeah. Pseudo notation. It's 2 to the power of h minus 2, where h represents the number of host bits. Network address identifies the beginning of the subnet/network, while the broadcast address is used for sending data to all hosts on the subnet. Create a field for adding cars. Subnetting. Display the total number of files in the system. Dir for directory lister, and then S for recursive, A for all the attributes, and then B for bare minimum output. And then the pipe data. Pipe will be find, and then find count. Find and display the largest file in specific directory. Set p largest file equals echo percent largest file. Percent, yeah. Hyphen. Double hyphen. Create an IP whitelist for firewall using Python. From IP address, import IP version 4 network. Whitelist equals print new line dot join string IP for subnet and whitelist for IP in put it over for subnet. Yeah. Yes, we do. A gateway in the context of a 502 error means a dot acting as an intermediary to the request server. A port status can be open, closed, or filtered. I like to ask, just maybe you can improve it somehow. Means yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Yeah, not really accurate means. That's a better card. Utilize a WASP SAP client to perform a quick scan, including spidering and vulnerability scanning on the specified URL. Verbose and some URL. So in this, why do we have quick scan? Fast and basic, okay. Shark to extract HTTP post request from a PCAP file. Right. That makes sense. For its quotation mark HTTP dot request dot methods equals post. Yeah. LSOF, which is list open files. So this essentially looks at the files associated with a process. Imagine all files and resources, devices, processes, etc. as items in a large filing cabinet. Okay. Find and then symbol, which is the entire file system. Reminds me, where does it? Yes, okay. Right, wait, what? That actually makes perfect sense. Yeah. wonder why this is. This does host discovery on a network range, like a range of IPs. So it sends various discovery packets to see if the host is up, responsive to probes. These include ICMP, Echo, what other ICMP was it? Timing or something? Time request? Something else, of course DNS and TCP, SYN, acknowledge. This is not really accurate, it does more than that, but this is like the main thing it does, so ICMP ping. But if you could just do PE if you wanted to do just ping. This is a bit like, you know, ICMP is a bit like the root in Linux. It's the most basic thing that you would do. Wait, also, since Nmap can detect if an IP is on the local network, this then also does ARP ping automatically, right? Yes, no. Yes. Yeah, it's much more reliable. Dictionary attack. SSH login uses using a word list and display successful login credentials. So -L username. Yeah. Decrypt the file encrypted with GPG using the private key associated with the specified recipient email address. Right, encryption, decryption key accessed using this public key, which is kind of, I guess, like a key value situation where if you access this, you get given, you know, XY key that can decrypt our GPJ file, encrypted file or GPJ. Generate a random password of length 12 with at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, and one digit. The complements. Hold on. Pipe symbol, and then wait, what was this? I swear this. A random password of length 12 with at least one uppercase letter. Oh. So, yes, you're gonna. That'd be random. Oh, I didn't even read. Oh my god. Okay. That's embarrassing. This captures live traffic, line per line packets sent and received, and writes that to capture.pk. Use dig to fetch all DNS records. Yeah, let's change txt, etc. for the specified domain display. Okay, I'm gonna take my break now. dig to fetch all DNS records for a specified domain, displaying the results in a readable format. Any plus multiline? Email addresses from a web page for reconnaissance purposes using a single character. Grep and an at symbol. Retrieve Wi-Fi predictive access handshake from a wireless network. Air dump NG C channel. Aero dump. That was by accident. Create a reverse shell payload for a specific IP address and port. Okay, so this is a special file that creates network resources, in this case a network attack ranking for connection. And then here it's, what was it? I gotta ask some questions here, man. Okay, so yes, both standard output and standard error. That's what I forgot. I'm gonna have it over here, I think, yeah. Redirect standard input as well. So yeah, this is standard output and standard error. And this is like redirect standard input to come from where standard output is at. And this, the AND makes it so it knows it's a file descriptor rather than an actual file. Okay, got it. .pcap is the most pcap. Okay, I keep confusing cap and pcap. Pcap is the most standardized and widely used, I think. Disk free -h. Wait. In human readable. Yeah, what does it stand for in Nicto though? It's time for anything, probably. Yeah, I could really like that type of read, no, of course. That I'm looking for. List all files in the current directory, not subdirectories, that have the .txt extension. Plus equals increments an existing value. Printing number of unique IP addresses from an access log file named access.log. Sort unique word count L. How are we sorting them though? I see. Ah, it does? I mean... filters out adjacent duplicate lines. I see. I didn't know that. I mean, I guess it makes sense, yeah. Maybe I didn't know that subconsciously. Well, yes, of course. Will he ever even see unique by itself? I would too. Okay. Rename all files in the current directory with a dot extension to have a dot back extension. Okay, so do ren, I think. $file percent dot txt, and then wait, why did I say run? What? Oh my god. NV. Right, that's Windows. But unnecessary info print tab 5 was frequently current words in a file named example.txt. Actually, I'm gonna do it anyway. Add a short and close card that's somewhere that encapsulates the answer. The response given. Translate hyphen squeeze punct and then new line. What? I meant space. What? That cap is the most general purpose and varying output. Total increment, length $0. Length of a string. want to separate the well, the naming. Of the new right. Exec. Just use it CH. And just pseudonymous pseudonymity. Generate a random IP address, import socket structure, print sockets, internet, address family, network through ASCII, struct.pack, redundant, random.randant. Task function. See if we can do it now. I'm gonna add it to my to the custom instructions of the bots when I think I should have done that. but like, how do I tell it? Like, don't put these in a code block box though. Like, just keep. Okay. Gateway in the context of a FIBO term is a server acting as a intermediary for HTTP request. And then this is your actions or not. Increments. Dev random. Still not to do this. So here, the beauty is that he can let us say either user what's it saying? Okay, I gotta tell it because goddamn. That's better. I'm gonna take my break now. reverse shell payload for a specific IP address and port. Okay. On my leg. Uh, 0 input that's redirected. Yeah. Okay. Actual, containing both the actual information and addressing details. Tilde. Dot is used now to specify actions that should take place after all input lines have been processed. And watering whole text compromise. Websites the victim frequently visits. mmap, the main point of dot is finding out the file, stateful or stateless -sa, which is an acknowledgement. Which is well through the communication path, like state, so. Done. Without unnecessary info, print the top 5 most frequently occurring words in a file and translate and then squeeze, so change all space in a new line. Yes, okay. And here sort is needed because unique count is mainly just used so it can, like, almost you could say squeeze adjacent copies of each other. So if it's sorted, the copies would be right underneath each other. I can just change it into one. What else? Necessary info. It's not a bad connection. Warfare is pre-shared key using the captured information in the handshake and knowing an access point to address. This is a MAC address of that. Yes. Virtual topology refers to a logical arrangement of devices that may differ from their physical location. When we say socket.sockets. Of course I have it on this, because I remember. Default gateway doesn't just exist on a router. The layer 3 switch also has the SVI. And also, not really, but I mean, yeah, sufficient, I guess. Doesn't just exist. Core switch is usually switch virtual interface. That's okay. Involves injecting malicious code queries without receiving direct responses to those, and going off gut. Now if you dot is used to create a socket that can handle internet addresses in Python. Socket dot or init? If init, yes, okay. Jesus Christ. If init. I mean, and not the main point of is finding out if the firewall is stateless or stateful. Now, this has nothing to do with of course. Delta connections connection allows both devices to send and receive data at the same time, full duplex. Which is only really Wi-Fi, right? Or satellite. This can only really be Wi-Fi. No, wait. Yes, I think so. Or is modern Ethernet also? Wait. Nakuya. Yeah. I'm not using standards anymore. Yes, of course, dumbass. But like, it's 100% the most common in Wi-Fi. I mean. What was his last? What was? Or the last cable, or that couldn't. On the base things. TX. What was that? 802 dot 80. Wait, so TX. I or Z? It was not 802.i, but 802.3i I meant. But I is 10 megabits per second. 802.3u. Okay. Okay, yeah, sure. Sure. W word list. Bin. Not in it. Yeah. Present. Oh, might even add the fucking image. Nice. But WPA. Singular multi-mode. Naturally single mode because well, because why? Data has less friction, it's more of a closed, faster as well because it's not as wide. Data doesn't bounce. Is that like accurate? I think at like a very high level. For it being dot means accepting incoming connections. Open. Meters. Watering all the time. Server message block. Server message block, yeah. It's don't know what I was gonna ask you. Straightforward enough. VLAN segmentation is not a dot because it's virtual, because VLANs, because layer 2, I mean, because what? Switches? I don't, yeah, switch layer 2 device. Pretty bad fucking card if you ask me, but filtered. Yeah, I don't know, like, can't be reached? What? It's like you get an... If a port is closed, which literally means it can't be reached or opened, you get an RST packet. Reset. How does that actually work, though? Reset. Home directory. HBinks 3 hyphen count 10,000. As scale, for scale, by the way. For scale, 120 bytes is not much. After, what do you call it? Layer 2. Layer 2 encapsulation adds about 50, or is it like the entire, is it, wait. No, I didn't. Yes, okay. I want to use these again. These cards have to be more concise. One sentence of limited length. Type there. Yes, that's a better card. Yes. Probably wording the cards yourself is better, but picture spy or like someone intercepting or like being in a, this is supposed to be an example, so intercepting even old postal systems or and using and grabbing those letters and changing them and then keeping them sent, altering, yeah. Yeah, picture is supposed to be an example, not an analogy. 1433. SQLnet, I think. What the fuck, bro? Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Structured query language server protocol. And is used in .dot specify actions that should take place after all input lines have been processed. Awk. Awk can be considered its own programming language as well. And there are some similarities between end and done. Electronic Industries Alliance. Association. What does that even mean again? Is that the... Oh, I can be very... It's the org that... does... I don't think so. Doesn't make sense. Does it? Doesn't really... No, yeah. Yeah, by the actual thing it's named after. So what is that again? Is that like a... What do they do? For the standards and trade condition electronics manufacturers. It develops standards for electronic components. I see. Telecommunication and consumer electronics. Was, you say... Okay, so that's irrelevant. But taken over by clones. $1,000,000. Done is used in dot to indicate the end of a loop. Non-bash. Calculate the total number of hosts in a sitter notation. Okay. Oh, right. Right. Calculate the total number of hosts in a pseudo notation. Print yeah, Hyperfork network, and then like strict equals false. Yeah. Okay. Always separate, always. Input redirection, dev random, which is a file that contains infinite random characters. It generates random characters, I guess. Think of a house with 2 doors connecting 2 separate streets for redundancy, security, and yeah. It's used to create a socket object. Socket object. And it's literally used to create a socket to call an object. It's kind of perform a stealthy port scan using a proxy and no port specification or -SS. Socket.cdf is used to create a socket that can handle Internet Protocol version 4. Surely I have, wait. Hold on. One sec. Thing is a bit laggy sometimes. What's that again? Uh-huh. Okay. Create a reverse shell payload for a specific IP address and port. Bash interactive. Standard output, an error gets redirected to the attacker connection, you know, and then it was 0 input gets well, it's actually output redirection. So input gets sent eaten by the output, so that one and one, yeah. Dot is used in bash to indicate the end of a loop. Done. End devices connect to access, which is power over Ethernet. I mean, well, something that confused me. Yeah, okay. Right. And involves using a hash function to verify the integrity and authenticity of a message. Integrity and authenticity. Integrity means it hasn't been tampered with or altered in any way. Authenticity means it comes from who we think it comes from, essentially. Real-world analogy for multiple user, multiple inputs, output is a waiter being able to serve like people at a restaurant, multiple tables simultaneously, with no problem. Data flowing in all directions effectively. If you didn't have that, you would have to do, hey, I serve you, wait till you're done, I serve you, It's widely used to indicate the Internet Protocol version 4 addresses. Run Windows, display the available free space on a specific drive. Windows Management Instrumentation command. Free. Logical disk. Get device ID free space. Yeah. Okay, so so in Linux, the root directory is and in Windows it's like either, usually C or is that correct? I mean, of course, you have to add the backslash. Brain dead real quick. Browser info, print the top 5 most frequently occurring words in the following example.txt. Translate, squeeze, space, and a new line. So squeeze every space, new, on a new line, pretty much. So yeah, sorting. So here, sort. Itself tells us that sorting happens from top to bottom, low to high normally. But with this we reverse that, so the the highest number will be at the top. So, no. Weirdly, why does that, like, sort puts the sort alphanumerically numerically sorts from top to from top to bottom. Oh, makes sense. Maybe improve it. Oh, that seems hella short. What? Okay, so literally what I look. Structured query language server protocol. Init Entor? Init Entor? What? The fuck am I? What? Socket. We're not translating to ASCII. Jesus Christ. It's not good. It's not good. 1983. DOS switches connect back to core switches, distribution switches. Sort. A bit more. What is this called? Get a bit further. And so double and double ampersand, is it called ampersand? Yeah, and then echo secure 1 2 3, is it? Yeah. And then pipe that to pseudo password standard input test pseudo password standard input test pseudo standard input. The output is input. Take the output as input. Is the command before the pipe. Well, I need to keep checking extra info how often. I already have added things I know of. JSON format is key value pairs. Means it is accepting incoming connections. Click topology involved network where every device is directly connected to every other device. Is this like literally not synonymous? Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Create a persistent reverse shell using a cron job. Right, persistence. This is what we use cron tabs and cron jobs for. Okay. Bin bash I, and then what do we do? What do we do? Dev. No. Where do we take that? Dev TCP attack IP. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 0, 0. I think, wait. 0. Yeah. Okay, wait, so if we, what would happen if we, just, yeah, makes sense. Standard input has to come from wherever standard output is at, which is, how is that defined though? Oh no, it does make sense. It makes perfect sense. This is output redirection. And the input is to come from, right. How did I get that wrong? What will use to indicate init? Gotta learn to guess more instead of just answer randomness. Or instead of not answering. Port is being dot dot dot. Port being dot dot means it's open. Means it is not accepting connections. Denying. Because it's closed. The host is usually down, closed, port is closed, service is not taking in anyone. Linux is the open source free version of Unix. Disk usage, human readable. Max depth equals 1. Implement a port knocking sequence for enhanced security. Max retrans here. Spoof your IP address. Import from scat. Scat.all import everything. is a root directory. Linux. Display the last 10 lines of a file named example.txt. Tail f hyphen f and then n10 example. Does that matter? Hold on. Doesn't matter, right? It doesn't. It shouldn't. Or does it? Did I? Maybe. Oh, what the fuck am I saying? But we specify. Does the order of n10 and f matter? Does it? I don't know. I think it. Ah, okay. Yeah, thought so. And the tail commands the order of the n10 and then, super user do. We become extended user unique. We could become the extended unique user ID of 0. What I deleted. So I just said I forgot the detail. Starting to hallucinate it, like not hallucinate, just filtered. And it's getting slow, so I'm gonna have to open a new chat. High availability. Sort alphanumerically orders from top to bottom. Low to high. Well, it doesn't really tell us much. Let me add something here. Top, low, to bottom. Alright, let me add it in here. Core switch is usually a layer 3 switch capable of inter-VLAN routing. Of switching and then routing. Inter-VLAN. VLANs don't just have the same VLAN. In this case, you have this different, the different VLAN. You also have a different subnet. It's meant to be the core of what connects everything. Like in a like say even though there's one core switch, these can be different buildings, 24 ports, 24 interfaces. These are separate domains. Okay, time for my break. last end is used in awk to specify actions that should take place after all input lines have been processed. How do I not have that one example linked? Oh, one sec. Add my stream sound in the back. Okay. Yeah, let me transpose. Okay, doesn't take as long usually. Okay. Here. It's a bit laggy right now. So. Done is used and dot link at the end of a loop bash. Dot is used to create a socket. Okay. Not translate, transform, create. Create a socket I can handle. Let me think. What? Why can I not recall this? Net. AF init. Socket.in. AF init, okay. Create a persistent reverse shell using a cron job. Dev TCP attacker IP 4444 is often the port we use as a source port. And then we say input comes from input gets redirected to come from standard output, and then since two gets input input eats, and then two create a socket object. So if two IPs are on the same network, end is used in awk to specify actions that should take place after all input lines have been processed. Bits per second. Some people still say like bytes. It does not make any sense. Like it doesn't make sense to use bytes. Like, is there any scenario where it makes sense? Like, bytes is used mainly to quantify data storage in what? Well, you could say RAM, right? Smallest unit of data. Bytes is used to also, like packets, we consider those bytes of information. RAM, hard drives, and file sizes. And this kind of stuttering. Just use like packet size and stuff. Looking back at a problem, if we want that to quote. Okay, let's see. Just thinking. Check if a specific IP is suppresses .call, which is used to call external like networking tools. Suppress .call. Ping and then count and then IP ping count 1 IP, yeah. To indicate the end of a loop. It's like we're not what do you call it? Just 1 sec. It's not like in Python where you specify a specific range and it knows when to end. Like saying range, you know, let's see. Dash needs to know when to end. Exactly, batch tree uses different syntax and structure compared to Python, especially for loops. Let's break down how loops. Yeah. Of course, this is a brace expansion, yeah. Do done, do done, do this, and then we're done. I mean, it's a good way to actually. Socket.af init is used to create a socket object, or socket, sorry, that can handle dynamic class routing protocol used by autonomous system router from TCP/IP host. IS to IS, intermediate system to intermediate system. From my understanding, this is a competitor to, right? It was. Dynamic routing protocols. It's like a keyword which connects OSPF and RIP, a more basic version. Variables that can affect the way running thoughts will behave on a computer. The dynamic named values literally means variable. I'm gonna say good on that because Jesus Christ. Socket.af init is used to create a socket that can handle Internet Protocol version 4 addresses in Python. Launch a distributed denial of service attack using HMing3. Hyphen count 10,000 data 120. That's Windows 64 ported. Wait, what? What am I saying? I didn't even read the problem. Identify the operating system of the target machine using nmap -o target IP. Access switches connect to distribution switches. .. serves as an entry and exit point between different networks, managing communication between them. Default gateway. I mean, literally, the easiest thing to understand is literally like physical gates that people have to use in, like, I don't know, a castle or something, to go by and access the broader World Wide Web, or a separate network, or a separate subnetwork, you could say. Any different subnet has to be accessed via a layer 3 device, which is usually a router or a layer 3 switch, which would still say is router or routing in some capabilities. Different networks, which is defined by a subnet mask, which is where is it? Wait, where's this connection at? Oh, it's a backlink. Okay. Dot is layer 2 because the switch VLAN what do you call it? Segmentation is layer 2 because the switch layer 2 virtually separates VLANs by VLAN IDs identifiers. There's no different IP addresses and shit going on. There's no there's no layer 3 functionalities that you would associate with that. Jerome's fault. Inet is widely used to indicate Internet Protocol version 4 addresses. Inet is like internet. What is the most widely used IP format still to this day? Use SQL map to automatically detect and exploit SQL injection vulnerabilities in a web application. URL, and then what other options do we have here? What? Wait. Batch, yeah, and then what is it? Risk. It's level equals 5. Yeah. Now, what is the difference between level and risk? I presume it was that level indicates the intensiveness, and risk is like how much do we care about causing damage, something like that. Level, yeah. Pretty similar still, but dump we actually see a lot. And other tools as well, like links, dump. Okay, what is it? Is that part of? Okay, that's part of. Just call it links. Bro. Just need singular. Port 1433. Structured query language server protocol. Display the top 6 processes consuming the most CPU. PS. Wait, did we have a aux? And then sort equals -% CPU, and then head and 6. This aux essentially, from what I remember, means like A means all process, including those not tied to the shell. No. All. Does it? Wait. No. That's what X means. It means like all or something. It means show everything. U means like show the users connected to that process, and then X means sub. Yeah, all users. Okay. User-oriented format. Yeah. Show process without controlling terminals. What does it actually mean? What does that actually mean? Show processes without controlling terminals. Not started from the terminal. Product. Uses quantum properties to securely distribute keys. Quantum cryptographic keys. Quantum properties to secure distribution of cryptographic keys. The subnetwork that separates LAN from other networks. It's unreachable. Still, we have important stuff here, right? This is why you'll usually see something like this. Firewall, which is called the external firewall, DMZ, another firewall, and then you have the LAN, or the local network. Local network. The local network. Isn't for the categorization, I think so, like for being as correct as we can, doesn't it make more sense to say local network instead? No, it doesn't really, right? Because like that literally means like same subnet, even, I think. Like, okay, wait. Home, school, or office building. Yeah. No, not necessarily. I guess it depends on like 1521. Quantitatively analyze network traffic and detect anomalies. What is a network anomaly? It's sus, unusual. This is, normal traffic. All of a sudden we have this packet that's picking up, has parameters that they shouldn't have. Well, Snort is a IDS. It's not an IPS. Obviously, it's a tool, a free tool, even. Yeah, it's free. So, console, and then C, and then, yeah. Quiet again, it's redundant here. I had it here initially, but. And then, etc. Etc. Snort that comes with. Another example of that. Store. Jesus Christ, man. Sort. I wanna remind. Allowing users to access websites better.
JQ, and then what was it? JQR, JQR, yes, dot city, dot region, country, okay. JQ, the part is A for attack mode. A 0, and then mode 1500 and then A0. Okay. Ransor, no. Just Ransor, flood Ransor, so total number of running processes as a table. Task class force output table. Find and then count. But yeah. A packet is ... containing both the actual information and addressing details. What do you mean is? Like, it's a unit of data at the end of the day, a small unit of data transmitted over. Do I have this? No, I didn't see. ln s show the MAC address of the network adapter. So find physical address. Picture sharing your phone's internet connection with a friend. Script across zip. What the fuck? It's like saying Ado .dot was really fun. Ten base T? Ethernet. Oh, wait, I didn't even read it. Okay. Kind of, yeah. No, it was 10 5 base 5? No, 5 base A or something. So the first